The story begins in the golden stillness of a transatlantic evening. JFK Airport hums quietly beneath the soft glow of departure lights. Inside Aura Air's celestial lounge, a sanctuary of jazz, porcelain clinks, and quiet elegance, sits Dr. Simone Monroe, a compassionate pediatric cardiologist. 6 months pregnant, she's traveling alone to London to see her ailing father. Her husband, Marcus Thorne, remains behind in San Francisco, finalizing a crucial investor deal. He built Aura Air from nothing. Every detail, every comfort of this airline carries his soul. Simone feels a flicker of anxiety as her plane is called for boarding. Her hand rests gently on her belly, a reminder of both life and responsibility. The world outside seems peaceful, yet her heart is uneasy. She whispers a silent prayer for her father and steps aboard Flight 707, unaware that destiny is already seated beside her. When she settles into her first-class seat, a sense of comfort briefly returns. But that peace evaporates when the lead flight attendant, Karen Miller, approaches. Her smile is polite but cold, her tone clipped with authority. The moment she speaks, "I'll need to stow your bag for takeoff," the balance shifts. Simone, ever gentle, asks for a bottle of water, explaining her nausea. Karen refuses curtly. Service begins after takeoff. A small denial. A simple moment. Yet beneath it lies the seed of something darker, prejudice wrapped in professionalism. To Simone, it feels like a familiar wound reopening, one that comes not from words, but from the quiet belief that she doesn't belong. The hum of engines builds outside, echoing the unease inside her chest. As the plane prepares for takeoff, the stage is set for a tragedy born not from chaos, but from one woman's pride, and another's quiet dignity. As the cabin settles for takeoff, Simone adjusts her seatbelt, and feels discomfort. The strap presses awkwardly against her lower abdomen. Calmly, she calls Karen and requests a seatbelt extender, explaining her medical reasoning. Karen's face stiffens, her tone condescending. "Those are for passengers of size," she says sharply. The words sting, each syllable layered with judgment. Simone maintains her composure, explaining that pregnancy safety requires the belt to sit below the belly, something she knows well as a doctor. But Karen sees only defiance. She interprets Simone's calm confidence as arrogance. "You are wearing it correctly," she insists, her voice rising enough for other passengers to hear. The quiet of the first-class cabin fractures. A young man in seat 2A, named Liam, glances over, sensing tension. He discreetly unlocks his phone's camera, instinctively recording the exchange. Simone's tone remains firm yet respectful. "I will not risk my baby's safety." But Karen, already frustrated from a long shift and personal troubles, feels her authority slipping away. In that fragile silence between power and pride, the air thickens. The plane hasn't even left the ground, but already a storm brews in the narrow aisle. What began as a small request has turned into a standoff of respect, or the lack of it. Passengers nearby feel the discomfort ripple through the air. The hum of the engine seems to pause, waiting. In her years of service, Karen has faced entitled travelers, arrogant executives, difficult personalities, but never this, a poised, articulate woman refusing to be belittled. When Simone finally says, "Then please call your captain," Karen's mask cracks. That one sentence, calm, precise, dignified, pierces her ego. Authority, once absolute, now trembles. The cabin grows so quiet that even the seatbelt sign seems to flicker in warning. It's a moment that could have ended with empathy, or even silence. Instead, it becomes the confrontation escalates in slow motion, every word, every breath charged with electric tension. Karen leans in, her voice low and venomous. "I am the authority here," she hisses. "You will do as you are told." Simone rises slightly, trying to create space. Her voice quivers but remains strong. "You will not speak to me like this. I am a passenger. And you are. Before the sentence finishes, Karen's hand flashes out, a sharp, echoing crack across Simone's cheek. The sound silences the cabin. Time freezes. Passengers gasp. Liam's phone captures everything: the slap, the stillness, the shock. Simone stands frozen, her palm pressed to her burning face. The sting is nothing compared to the disbelief. She has spent her career healing children's hearts, and now, on her husband's own airline, hers has been broken. Karen's face drains of color as realization dawns. But ego rushes in to cover guilt. She became aggressive, Karen blurts out to a junior attendant rushing over. She unfastened her seatbelt during taxi, a safety threat. But the lie hangs hollow. Liam's voice cuts through the tension. That's not true. I recorded everything. She asked for a seatbelt extender, and you hit her. Karen spins toward him, panic twisting her features. You can't film crew members, that's a federal offense. His reply is steady: assaulting a pregnant passenger is worse. The cabin is now a courtroom of witnesses and silence. Karen's authority collapses like a house of cards. From the cockpit, the captain's voice breaks the moment. Cabin crew, report to the flight deck. As Karen is led away, the power in her stride vanishes. What remains is fear. She doesn't yet know who she has struck, not just a passenger, but the wife of the airline's founder. Karma, quiet and watchful, is already buckling its seatbelt. The aircraft makes a slow, deliberate turn back toward JFK. The captain's voice comes over the intercom: due to a security incident, we are returning to the gate. Her tone is calm, controlled, but every passenger can feel the gravity beneath her words. In first class, Dr. Simone Monroe sits trembling. The shock has not yet faded, and now a new fear emerges, a sharp cramp deep in her abdomen. Her hands instinctively clutch her belly. The pain tightens, and panic replaces composure. The junior attendant, Chloe, rushes to her side, voice trembling: we're almost there, ma'am. Please breathe. We've called medics. Nearby, Mrs. Gable, an elderly passenger, leans over. My dear, I saw it all. You did nothing wrong. Her soft voice becomes an anchor in the chaos. As the plane taxis, the hum of the engines mirrors Simone's heartbeat, steady but fragile. Passengers whisper, recording, texting. The once luxurious cabin now feels like a courtroom suspended in air. When the plane finally docks, the door opens not for passengers, but for Port Authority police and paramedics. They move quickly, their professionalism cutting through the tension. Karen is escorted off first, her face blank, her eyes defiant but hollow. Then, all eyes turn to Simone. The medics kneel beside her, checking vitals, speaking softly. We'll take you to a hospital, ma'am, just to be safe. She nods numbly, clutching the small life within her as if her strength alone could shield it. The silence as she's helped from the seat feels eternal. Every passenger watches, not a celebrity, not a doctor, not a victim, but a woman holding her child's future in trembling hands. The door closes behind her. The echoes of that slap linger in the air, louder now than any engine's roar. Somewhere in that silence, justice begins to stir. In the quiet of the airport's celestial lounge, Simone finally breaks down. The same polished space that once promised peace now holds the weight of humiliation and fear. Tears stream silently as she presses a cold bottle of water to her bruised cheek. The station manager, David, kneels beside her, his tone compassionate yet careful. Dr. Monroe, we are so sorry. Is there anyone we can call for you? Her hands tremble as she unlocks her phone. She scrolls to one name, Marcus. Her husband. Her protector. Her love. She hesitates. It's still mid-afternoon in San Francisco, but she needs him. The call connects. Eve, are you okay? Did you land? His voice is warm, unaware. She can barely answer. Then, through choked breaths, she tells him everything: the request, the refusal, the slap. Across 3,000 miles, silence falls. Marcus Thorne, the man who built Aura Air, feels the ground vanish beneath him. His hand tightens around the phone. The investors at the table see it in his face, the shift from calm executive to a storm about to break. "What was her name?" he asks, voice low, controlled. "Karen Miller," Simone whispers. "Okay, baby. You're safe now. Let the doctors take care of you. I'm on my way." He ends the call, turns to his team, and says coldly, "Gentlemen, this meeting is over." The air around him chills. "Prepare the jet. JFK. Now." He calls HR, legal, operations, every name that built his empire. Access every manifest. Every personnel record. Flight 707. There's been an incident. In that instant, the power balance of the story flips. The woman dismissed as a problem is no longer alone. And the man whose name is etched on every Aura Air aircraft has just declared war, not in anger, but in precision. At the terminal, Liam, the young man from seat 2A, sits in stunned silence. The video he recorded replays again and again, each frame proof of cruelty caught in daylight. The slap, the voice, the disbelief. The truth needs no caption, but he types one anyway. Unbelievable. Senior flight attendant assaults pregnant black woman in first class for asking for a seatbelt extender. He hits post. Within minutes, the video spreads, first through passengers' networks, then the world. Hashtags flood timelines. Aura Air trends, but not for luxury. For injustice. Back in the hospital, Simone lies in a quiet room. The doctor assures her the baby is safe. Relief and exhaustion mingle in her tears. Then her phone vibrates, a text from Marcus. "She's been terminated. And arrested. I'm coming to you." Outside, the media storm begins. The world sees not just a scandal, but a symbol: power unchecked, compassion forgotten, and karma arriving in uniform. When Marcus finally walks into her hospital room, he doesn't speak. He simply kneels beside her, takes her hand, and presses it to her belly. His eyes soften, not as a CEO, but as a man who built something beautiful, only to see it tainted by cruelty. "This won't happen again," he says quietly. And in that vow, between a husband, a wife, and the small heartbeat they protect, lies the story's truth. That no title, no authority, no uniform grants you the right to strip another human being of dignity. Karma didn't just board Flight 707 that day. It landed, perfectly on time.